Welcome to Awareness Ties Stand-Up Edition. I'm Tanith Harding, and this month I'm going to be talking to the founders of Phoenix Rising Global Movement, Tiffany Kelly and Laura Westcott, about empowerment through empathy and why Phoenix Rising, a global movement for change that is improving the world by liberating and illuminating femininity in society, is the key to achieving this. Good morning, Tiffany and Laura. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi Tanith, how are you? Thanks very much for having us on.
I'm really good, thank you. I'm really pleased to have you here today. I think we'll just get stuck into the questions, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, good for us.
Brilliant. So Tiffany and Laura, you've created this incredible movement for change. How did the concept arise?
So shall I start, Laura?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been working in learning and development for over 20 years now, and my area of expertise really has been about unlocking potential. And I'm really passionate about the concept of bringing balance into the world. And for me, Phoenix Rising is about finding that balance of masculine and feminine in organisations and in society globally. I feel really strongly that we've been living in a very masculine-led patriarchal society for a long time. And, you know, this recent pandemic for me, and the way that the world's reacted to it is just a shining example of that, in terms of how much we need to change the world and what we need to do. And I think for me, Phoenix Rising is the culmination of everything that I've ever been working on in terms of finding that balance and understanding how we can take it out into the global ecosystem for everybody, inclusively and across generations as well. And then Laura and I met and started working together, and it all came into a lovely fruition, but through Laura's story. So I'll hand you over to Laura.
Thanks, Tiff. For me, I was living as an entrepreneur and not feeling empowered. I had lots of great ideas and lots of business plans, but when it came to actually me as an entrepreneur, I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel that my talent was nurtured. It was a very masculine environment that I was working in. And when I met Tiffany, I met her group of friends, and I needed help. I asked for help, and they rallied around me and wanted to support me with all of their skills. I realized that there's so much more that can be done that we're not doing at the moment. So we developed the idea of Phoenix Rising, bringing all of Tiffany's experience in as this, development, empowerment, leadership facilitator and programmer, and my experience as an entrepreneur. And we created Phoenix Rising to bring back the balance of feminine energy, and also to encourage and nurture entrepreneurs, and also bring together these three generations of having the future leaders, the entrepreneurs now, and also people that we look up to and admire, who we feel are successful and setting a great example for our planet. And that's how Phoenix Rising came about. And it was actually in a pub called the Phoenix, and behind us was this oil painting of this phoenix rising out of the flames, and Tiffany sat back and saw me being rallied around with all these amazing supporters, and saying, yeah, this is it, this is what we're hoping to achieve, like unity and supporting each other.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing quickly to that. So in terms of this moment in this amazing pub in London with the big phoenix, which was completely coincidental or synchronistic, if you prefer, it was watching Laura have all of this flood of support from these amazing women, and watching it unfold, and then thinking to myself, wow, that isn't normal. That's normal for me. You know, I've always been surrounded by this incredible ecosystem of unconditional love and nurturing and empowerment, and to see Laura feel very emotional and overwhelmed by this support with nobody asking her for anything back, it was like, okay, we should all be like that. We should all be like that. And so that's what Phoenix Rising for me is about, bringing that into a space where everyone can access it and everyone can experience it for the betterment of everybody.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. And so who are the kind of people that you're hoping to attract to Phoenix Rising then? And what can they expect to benefit from becoming a member once they join up?
Well, anyone can join. We really want to encourage everybody to join our movement. It's a global movement for change. We've built a platform that, I suppose, if you use LinkedIn, you can understand what it serves a purpose with regards to connecting people, but it's much more than that. We want people to be aligned with the values that Tiffany and her Roundtable Global company have been have been working on for the last 20 years. I believe that anybody can join because we want to become better versions of ourselves and help people. It's all about giving back unconditionally. And that word really was something that when I heard it for the first time, when I met Tiffany a few years ago, it was something that wasn't really in my vocabulary, if I'm being honest with you. There was always, I'll help you, but there's always been a fair exchange. But when you actually give without expecting anything in return, it's a whole different energy shift. And we're really encouraging people to come and join and experience that, and also add their values. When people join, we expect them to upload a video and share their skills, and create a profile and explain what it is that they're looking for and what gaps it is in their life that they need filling. There's also a time bank where people can skill share and get the support they need and connect with each other around the world. I mean, I don't know how many countries we're actually working in now. Tiffany will be able to say, but honestly, it's a global movement, and it's just been effortless. We started this a year ago and have already attracted lots of different people around the world joining. So it's it's free to join at the moment, and we're going to be adding different things onto it. But at the moment, just come and join and sign up and see what it's all about.
Mm. Can I add to that as well, Taff, just quickly? So we've been working with 50 founding phoenixes from 10 different countries over the last 12 months to make sure that this is really, really different and it's really unique, and that we are able to fulfill the needs that are out there to kind of pull people towards this femininity. And we've got three main things that we're looking at in terms of the revenue streams. One is, even though it's free membership, we're going to be doing subscriptions with bolt-on concierge and lots of additional benefits for those that can afford to pay, even if it's pay as you go. Programming, so we've been designing some really, really exciting programs that can develop, unlock potential, empower people. A Rise Accelerator, which is all about getting entrepreneurs to a place where they can actually receive investments. And then also looking at third-party suppliers that are really, really aligned with what we're doing and being able to offer those to our members at discounted prices and things. So there's going to be huge amounts of resource and support for anybody that wants to go out there in the world and create new businesses and ideas and initiatives that are more in the feminine space.
That sounds amazing, and I know, having experienced the programs myself, that they're completely life-changing. So I think it's really important that you've got that offering out there. You're talking a lot about the feminine, and I know that when a lot of people hear the word feminine, they often think female. And I know Phoenix Rising is both male and female members, and so people might be slightly confused about that. Can you explain what you mean when you talk about femininity?
Yeah, so most people, as you say, Tanith, think that feminine is female, and of course with gender stereotyping, we have created a society where women are supposed to be more feminine and men are supposed to be more masculine. But if you look into what feminine and masculine is, it is behaviors, it is leadership energy, it's ways of thinking, and they're very, very different. But every single person on the planet, I believe anyway, has the ability to tap into both feminine and masculine. If you look back through Chinese mythology, there's the yin and the yang, and the yin is very feminine energy. It's flow, it's nurturing, it's empower, it's about other, community, collaboration, connection. That's something that everybody is desperate for at the moment with COVID and the lockdown and so on. And masculine is about self. It's about making sure that you have what you need to survive. It's about prioritizing yourself, your health, etc. So we need a balance of both. One isn't bad and one isn't good. It's all just what we need to be able to find our own balance and to survive. But I think that we've just created this society where we're so focused on ourselves now and making sure that we're okay. And we create these little secure castles to live in, and we're constantly thinking about how to push ourselves forward, that we forget that if we were to connect with community and we were to be more feminine and more in flow, then we would be able to use our intuition, we'd be helping each other unconditionally. And so for me, the whole movement for Phoenix Rising is about liberating and illuminating the importance and the value of femininity so that everybody can step into their own authentic way of being. And what's really interesting as well, just to share a little fable with you, is that there is this mythology from China, which says that there's the dragon, which is the masculine, which is the yang, and the dragon comes down to earth and burns everything, but not from a place of destruction, but from a place of clearing, so that the phoenix can rise, the feminine can rise, the yin can rise, and there can be renewal. And that renewal is more about finding the balance. It's just really interesting for me that COVID started in China and has swept the world and brought it all to its knees, and the world's so masculine and patriarchal, and now what's rising out of it, I can see absolutely everywhere, is people's longing to connect, they're longing to be part of a community and part of a tribe. And so it's just really interesting, the timing, that is like 12 months ago when we started this, like we had a crystal ball that this was going to happen. And Phoenix Rising is the very thing that I believe, and I know Laura feels the same, and so do our founding Phoenixes. Phoenix Rising can be the very thing that unites everybody, that creates this unity consciousness and helps us to make global culture change happen.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And just adding to that, I mean, there's a lot of people going through this shift now with, you know, as Tiffany was saying about the myth with the dragons sort of burning everything down. So many people are frightened right now. And this is an opportunity to know that there's a support group out there that can help you with your transition to this new, authentic version of yourself. We're really encouraging people to step into their power and embrace this new change. And it is daunting when people are ill and loved ones are dying and you're losing money or whatever it is. There are definitely things that can potentially add fear into your life, but this is about eradicating fear and embracing the new opportunity and this new wave of change of energy that we're feeling in the planet. And it is a way of uniting people, and it's just beautiful. There's nothing out there that exists like Phoenix Rising. It's, you know, with my skills as a kind of forward thinking entrepreneur, and Tiffany's experiences, this, you know, business leader, and this feminine energy movement that she's working on, it's absolutely, the time is now. And I want everybody to really understand that this is something that you can tap into without having to know a lot about what we're talking about. It's just come and experience and learn and see what it is that we're doing, and I'm sure that you'll want to join.
That is super powerful, and actually a really important way to look at the world right now with everything that's going on. There's a lot of fear at the moment, and actually the way that that's been described is helping you to understand that the clearing was needed in order to get to where we're going. And you mentioned about being very different from other social networks. I don't know if you've seen the documentary The Social Dilemma, but there's been a massive realization about social media and how these networks are treating you. One of the quotes on there was, "If you're not paying for a product, you are the product," which I thought was really interesting. So it's interesting to hear that you're not charging a subscription to get on there, but you will be offering the things that you're offering as a bolt-on. So explain to everybody that's listening, what does make you feel, what is different about Phoenix Rising to other social media or other members networks? What is it that makes it so unique?
Yeah, can I start, Laura? Okay, so first of all, I watched The Social Dilemma, and I'd had lots of people say to me, "You must watch this, it's terrible, I'm going to get off LinkedIn, I'm going to leave Facebook," etc. So I, as I always do with these things, I went and watched it with an open mind, and I was thinking to myself, how does this impact on Phoenix Rising? And I think the best way to describe what's unique about what we're doing is that we haven't created this as a thing that, it didn't initially come from a place of monetization. It came from a place of really wanting people to connect and really wanting to provide support and to offer every single person in the world the same opportunity that Laura had that day when everybody rallied around and wanted to help her. So I think that, you know, one of the things that we've decided is that we definitely aren't going to go through a targeted advertising revenue. So most of the organizations out there, like the Facebooks and the Twitters and so on, they get the majority of their revenue through advertising. So we're definitely not going to do that. We will have a community within our platform where people can go and they can browse through partners that we've vetted and that we think are aligned to what we're doing, but we're certainly not going to be targeting with pop-ups and all of that kind of thing, advertising, because we don't want it to be about that. We want to keep it clear, we want to keep it pure. And then I think that the other thing that I would say is that we've got big gnarly goals for Phoenix Rising. You know, we want to work. We've already got a process in place where we're starting to engage with schools, university, and colleges, then entrepreneurs, parents, heads of businesses, and then looking even further up in terms of, you know, people that have already been massively successful and getting them involved as influencers and mentors, so that there's this really beautiful cross-fertilization across generations in terms of ideas, and then we've got some fantastic things that we want to do in the future, such as setting up a blockchain crowdfund where any of our Phoenixes can put their projects on there, and then our members can support that either through time or through credits or through money. And so for us, the sole focus is on the people that are our members, and how can we really, really support them as individuals and help them to support each other as well.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I mean, what you said about time, I mean, where can you find a platform that actually values time that you put in, and having this blockchain process that we're building behind the scenes, like having people's time valued. It's the one thing you can never buy. Like it's so important, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm sure that everybody will be when they see what we're building. And I also want to add that the programs that we're sort of offering with the platform, you know, Tiffany, you've delivered these around the world to how many people? To global leaders. To, you know, it's amazing that people have access to this. They're really valuable sort of information, and everybody needs to. I'm really excited because I've done it so many times. I'm really excited for people to sort of experience what it is. So, if you were to sort of summarize Shine as an example, Tiffany, how would you describe it?
So Shine is a personal empowerment journey that's for absolutely anybody, and we've been delivering it for thousands of people around the world for the last 5.5 years, representing around 30 different countries, and it's full of philosophies for effortless living. So it's a holistic approach to everything you're doing in your life. And for me, I guess the main things are about taking responsibility, feeling empowered, understanding that everything that happens is a learning experience, it's just information, and it's how you then perceive that information and use it to change and to learn and to make different choices in your life. So yeah, it's really exciting. In every culture that we've delivered it in, whether it's, you know, somewhere like Saudi Arabia or Americas or Africa, every single culture, every person that's been through it has been transformed in some way, and it's made them think very, very differently about themselves and the world. And so, you know, for me, Shine is just one example of how we can really make a difference through the Phoenix Rising Network.
Brilliant. Thank you, ladies. And I'm certain that many of our readers, listeners, those that hear about it will be interested in Phoenix Rising. How can people join the movement, and also, I guess, what's next for Phoenix Rising?
Well, people can join through our website, which is phoenixrising.global. And next, we're delivering a marketing campaign. We're about to be launching our platform fully. At the moment, we're sort of going through all of the technology and making sure it all works. And then we're doing this big launch. And so people should really be able to be hearing about us in the next sort of month or so. But you can join now. Come and be part of this this movement now, because it's about to everyone's going to be hearing about us soon. It's very exciting.
And just to add to that, we're also planning a series of events over the next few months. So, for example, in November, we're going to be doing a TEDx series in partnership with some of our sister companies, Beyond Bamboo and Legacy Project, which is a charity. And we've got a Facebook page, which we're keeping up to date at the moment with lots of events and things that you can get involved with. And also our current members who've already joined, bearing in mind we've got such a huge wait list, are posting their events, and they're posting things that they're doing and they're interested in. And our encouragement is to come and get involved in any way that you want, or contribute or share your ideas. And that's what it's all about. I mean, Phoenix Rising will grow quickly. We want to reach 1 billion people by 2030, but it's also going to grow organically with contributions and ideas from our members.
Amazing. Well, I, for one, am very, very excited to be a part of the movement. And I just want to say a huge thank you to both of you for explaining it so eloquently. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up today?
I think, well, first of all, thanks, Tanith. Really, really appreciate it. And I just want to say personally how excited I am that this concept that has been part of my life and I've been driving forward for the last 20 years has all of a sudden got such momentum behind it. And the reason being that we are effortlessly attracting in amazing like-minded individuals, such as our two other founding partners, Simone and James, who've just been fantastic in terms of supporting us and helping us shape this into a real business. And then we've got some really, really fantastic team members. We've got some brilliant people who've been investing in us, and that it wouldn't be possible without that. And it's been really effortless in terms of that attraction, because anybody that we talk to about it just completely can see that the time's now, right? The time is now. That's what COVID is showing us. We need something new.
Excellent. Laura?
No, absolutely. I'm just excited for people to experience what we're creating. It's like Tiffany said, it's effortless. Like I've started a few different businesses. This has been the most beautiful organic creation that has just been flourishing, effortlessly. You can live effortlessly. You just need to listen to your intuition more. And if you're in sort of scared, frightened mode as an entrepreneur and you feel like you're doing things wrong all the time, you're not really listening to your intuition. And this is about encouraging people to step into that and listen to what it is what they're being told by their soul, and then follow that. And it's exciting, and I really want people to live their higher life, to be connected, and this is the way to do it.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much, ladies, and thank you to everybody who is watching today. We will see you next time.
Thanks, Tanith.
Thank you, Tanith.
Thank you. Bye bye.